If you want to experience the excitement of a motor show and it's the Ford Focus that's caught your eye, then I've got a bit of good news for you. If you pop into your local Ford main dealer, then you'll be ushered into a separate Ford Focus room where there will be a Ford Focus beneath the sheet. You'll be shown an audio-visual display with music and the sheets will be whipped off before your very eyes. It really is quite an exciting experience. But of course, the only way to truly experience the Focus, as Ford know, is to get behind the wheel and to drive it, as Ian Royle has been doing for us.
Most of us from time to time have required the services of an agency to provide an escort for that big do. Yes, for years now, car rental companies have been sending the great British public out in what's become known as Ford's Old Faithful. Since 1968, the Escort has been one of the most popular cars around, but not for too much longer. By the year 2000, the past will become a blur, because for Ford, the future is Focus.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I be the first to introduce to you the newest addition to the Ford range, the Ford Focus.
Angling to upset the VW golf cart, this ultra-modern looking vehicle, which takes many of its styling cues from its big brothers Car, Puma and Cougar, is ready to make Escort Man re-evaluate what he wants from a car. Or is it?
When we started off on the Focus program, we researched with our customers and our potential customers what they wanted out of a car. And they clearly told us they wanted a car that was a new, fresh look, that stood out in the crowd, that was distinctive and appealing to them. And the Ford Focus design is that, it's all of that. It's not a Me Too design, it's very much a fresh new look for this class of car.
Probably the most striking aspect of the new Focus is, of course, its looks. It's a car that you either love or hate. There's very little middle ground, and personally, I like it. It blows the staid Astra and Golf out of the water with its style, which Ford call new edge design. It has a flowing form with crisp edges, sharp intersections and these taut lines, and of course these distinctive new headlights at the front. It's the rear of the car though that has caused most discussion, with many people feeling there's something not quite right. The flowing lines don't quite flow. The Focus is longer and wider than the Escort, and that's meant so much more room inside the cabin. Even rear seat passengers won't feel as cramped. On the downside though is perhaps the boot, which, whilst adequate, you'd think would quickly fill up whilst loading for a long summer holiday. This really is a great car to drive, and everyone who's driven it will tell you much the same. Now, Ford claim that the Focus has class-leading ride, steering, stability, handling and refinement, and I, for one, am not going to argue with that. We've already seen how good the Puma and Cougar are, and the Focus just seems to continue that line and push the boundaries even further. The Focus comes with a wide range of engines and body styles. Engines are 1.4, 1.6, 1.8 and 2-litre petrol, plus a new 1.8-litre Endura direct injection turbo diesel. Probably the most fun will be had in the 130 brake horsepower 2-litre 16-valve engine, which at the moment is the fastest and most powerful, 125 miles per hour and 0 to 60 in just over 9 seconds. Body styles, well, take your pick. 3-door, 5-door, 4-door and an estate, all with that distinctive new edge styling. Trim styles are varied too, CL, Z-Tech, LX and the top of the range gear versions. So most importantly, you want to know how the new Focus drives. Is it a match for the benchmark Golf or the superb handling Astra? Well, yes, it definitely is. This model is the 1.6-litre Zetec SE engine, which produces 100 brake horsepower. 0 to 60 comes round in about 11.5 seconds onto a top speed of 115 miles per hour. Acceleration is swift, flicking fairly easily through the gearbox. There's a little notchiness going into third, and you can rev it easily round to about 6,000 RPM. It's a really refined and smooth engine. So, the runes seem to be good for the new Focus. It's had almost unanimous rave reviews from those who've driven it. What matters most, though, is how it sells, and that surely will be good. Ford say they expect sales of 100,000 units of the Focus in 1999. Will its radical looks stand the test of time when in, say, a couple of years the Focus is a regular sight on our roads? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. It's a good quality car from Ford, following on from the Puma and the Cougar. They've done it again. Save up, see the bank manager, sell the granny. The car with the blue oval badge is a car to be seen in.